Good morning, everybody. Hopefully, we have some students joining us for our live session. I'm going to wait a couple minutes before I go over some concepts and logistics for this class. Oh, the sun is shining today, so the lighting is a little weird. But yeah, I'm going to wait just a couple more minutes, and then we can get started. Oh, another thing is if you can join me on Google Hangouts, that way we can actually talk with each other. If not, please make sure to say hi in the chat below. Let's see. Let me see if I can add this.
To fly a rocket ship, you need to be an optimist.
Hey, Sean, welcome. Good morning. How are you doing today? Yay. I'm glad you're joining us this morning, representing A Block IC. Oh, okay. Let me turn off these notifications. What is it? What do you do? Were you able to do some of the math work yesterday? Okay, cool. Let me just do a quick intro and then go over some logistics, and then we can go over any questions that you have. If not, I can also, what is it? I might just go over a couple of like review topics because we are gonna go into some Mini-qpa stuff. Yeah. Okay. So a couple things in terms of logistics. Good morning, y'all. Hopefully you guys are doing okay. If you guys haven't been following the news, our governor did say that schools will be closed until May 4th, I believe. And so that means we will be able to see each other for another month. I was really hoping that we would be able to get back together in the first week of April, but it seems like things are getting a bit serious. So make sure you guys are staying safe, washing your hands, and through it all, making sure you're taking care of your mental and physical health. Yeah, and so for those who are joining, and shout out to Sean, regular attender for our A block. I'm so glad that you guys are taking time to do schoolwork around as well, especially since now that we might be doing this for a while. It's more important that you guys get the hang of it, and that way you guys can still be moving ahead with all this. I still need to figure out, I think more on broader state level, like how they're gonna do like MCAS, and how our school day is gonna work out, and is the school year gonna like get longer, or like things like that is still up in the air, and I'll update you guys accordingly. But keep that in mind. And another thing is, Gabby asked a great question on one of my videos, when the mini QPAs are gonna happen. So right now, I'm going to be giving out Mini-qpa 1 tomorrow. It's a really revised one because if you guys remember from before school closed, we were going to do like a big project. And I know some of you guys had really great research questions, and were pretty, I can't say excited, but they were really good research questions about independent, dependent variables, and what kind of data you guys will be collecting. But because that seems pretty large scale to do by yourselves at home, I'm gonna just make another packet where it's more worksheet style, and that you guys can get that out of the way. And then Mini-qpa 2, which is everything we've been learning on Google Classroom, I'll be posting online on Monday. And so that's something to look forward to, something to keep in mind in the days moving forward. So hopefully that wouldn't be too difficult. And now that the videos are online, like you guys can refresh your memory by looking at those for extra assistance. And let's see if there's other logistics. I think that is about it on my end. Sean, do you have any questions about what I just said? How our Mini-qpa is going to work at home. It's going to be the same. The way I'm going to design it is just like the packets that I've been creating. So it'll just be the same idea in that regard. Yeah, you just complete it. They'll definitely, so I'll have a video recorded to do like a quick review lesson, sort of just like how I do it in class, where I would like start off with like a quick review and then launch into Mini-qpa. So I'll have a video with it, but it'll be a document that you can find on Google Classroom. I do believe that we're trying to create a system where we can still mail out work, especially for students who like don't have, who like may not be able to like use a computer or something like that. But yeah, it should just be like, it's a regular document, and I'll have like a video with it. Yeah. Yeah, it'll be very much on what we've been learning. So like correlation, like identifying the trend of it, is it positive, negative, and like is it strong or weak, and then describing the relationship of the scatter plot, like using the variables that it shows. Yeah. Yeah. I'm wondering, you're doing most of your work on paper, right, Sean? Okay, yeah. So even for this Mini-qpa, if you could just print it out, then you can like do that and then turn it in as you would with your other work so far. Yeah. Yes. How do you feel? Do you feel like nervous about the Mini-qpa, or do you feel like, oh, okay, like I think I'll be able to handle it? Oh, I see. So you thought you'd like being able to work at home, but you actually don't like it. What do you like not like about it? Good morning, Miss Thornton. Welcome. Good morning. Good morning. I see. Yeah, that's so real. Being at home all day and then being very like restricted to one type of learning is definitely hard. I think one thing I miss the most is having like discussions with the students about the material, because I think it's just more engaging if you like get to like hear other people's thoughts and whatnot about it. I feel like you're more hands-on too, right, Sean? So like having to like sit and watch a video and just do like practice problems might not be the most exciting thing. What's one thing that like was good, is surprisingly good about being like doing school at home? That's true. Oh, valid. You gotta wear PJs and do your work. Do you have like a working corner or station at home? I know you always liked working by my window, but like, do you just work in your room or? Oh, you work on your bed? How do you get any work done? Like if I worked on my bed, I would sleep all the time. I see. So you could be able to like work like it's like actually working at a office or something. That makes sense. I see. That would be nice. You could do is make a little like work like a lap table. I used to do that in college. I would like get like some cardboard box, put my computer on top of it, and work on it on my lap because like having to work while sitting on a couch or a bed with just the computer is like super annoying. It's like putting it on your lap. Okay. I see. Oh, so you have a whole system. You got a clipboard and a neck pillow. I see. All right. Yeah. That's pretty interesting. That must be like, you should switch it around a bit, or is it just like crowded in the house? Because for me, like when I do work, if you probably notice, like my background is always different. I think for live sessions, I like working here, but then when I do like my videos, I go to like my living room or other spots in the house, different angles to like make my life a little bit more exciting than these four walls. That makes sense. Yeah, if you like, I guess that's another thing too is like, when you are with other people, you like to have your own space, and so working in your room is probably like that. Yeah, yeah. You should be very proud of yourself, Shad, for getting work done like this. It's really hard to like work at home because at home you like are distracted by other things. Distraction is not the right word, but yeah, that's good. So you feel more comfortable and being independent. Does it kind of feel nice knowing that you can like do things on your own and like yeah. Did you have any questions by the way on yesterday's packet on like the strong or weak correlation stuff? Oh, but oh, interesting. So they try to help you? How do they try to help you? Right. It's like an added stress. Like you're already trying to figure out everything and you're doing okay, and then having another voice like not meddling but kind of just a lot of different voices. They're just trying to help you though. They're probably figuring this out too. Like how do we make sure that you're like doing schoolwork and not, I don't know, doing something. I don't know what you would be doing, but yeah. I guess a lot of it's also trust, right? Like if they want to help you even though you don't need it, it's sort of like they might not trust you to do your own work. So I'm sure it's not as like they're not distrusting you, but a level of that regard. Yeah. Maybe you should communicate more. Every time you get something done, like let them know that you did it. So they're like, oh, like Sean got that done. And that way, like even before they say anything, you're the one telling them so they can't have anything to say to you. That's what I used to do with my family. I would just like do things fast enough and like tell them beforehand. So because I knew if I waited too long, they'll say something and then that'll like irritate me. I see. Yeah. It just happens when they just need to make sure that you're doing what you're doing. I feel like you do a good job balancing that, but sometimes you do get distracted. I feel like well, I guess it depends. I think you have days when your mood is like you're like a little more like kind of like this. I don't know what this motion is. And then other times you like put music in and you're just like on it. So it depends on the day too. Have you been doing anything in your free time? My gosh, tell them to join the live chat. They need to wake up and join. Are they doing okay though? Oh, facts. If you had a basketball hoop and get out, that's true. You love being active. Are you just like cooped up inside? You could do like push-ups and I don't know what else you can do. I've been trying to do some at home like exercises or go on walks, but going outside is probably like not the best either though. I'm glad they're doing okay. They need to send some productive vibes their way so they get some work done. Eek, yeah. You can just start conditioning. So when you do get to go outside, you'll be fully prepared. I started watching, oh my gosh, this is kind of embarrassing, but I started watching Gurren Lagann. Do you know that anime? Yeah, I bet. I honestly I think for me, I enjoy being active. So like being cooped up inside and not like having anything physical to do is like the worst. And I feel like because all the work is on the computer now, I'm sitting down more than I would if I was working at school. Because at school, I'll be like walking upstairs, like down the stairs and around the classroom. But it's just sitting here, just doing nothing, just sitting. You do jumping jacks. Yeah. Do some stretches. Start lifting. I don't know. The first week out, yeah. It is a stretch, yeah. I'd say I agree with that sentiment. I think the first few days we're like, what's happening? Everything's so new. And now it's like, oh, is this gonna be the new normal? Yeah. Hopefully you can make the most out of it though. Yeah, like find ways where you could, find your alone time, but also like ways to be physical and like active so you can get your blood pumping and you don't like feel too stressed. Yeah. I think in 4 minutes you probably need to hop on over to B block. Do you have any other questions for me? Related to math or anything else? Okay. I'm glad you don't have any. Well, I'm not glad, but it's good to know that you don't have that many questions. Yeah, definitely keep that in mind. I'll have that posted, and you can always comment on Google Classroom or message me. All my contact info is there. Yeah. Okay. Well, be well. Thanks for stopping by again. Tell your friends that I miss them and that they should. I know you tell them this, but tell them that I'm also every single time I'm like, join, build community. Okay. I appreciate you, Sean. Keep up the good work. Go outside today. It's so nice. Do you see the sun? It's like, I don't know, 50 degrees today. Just take a step outside and breathe in the fresh air. You got this. I'll see you next time, okay? Bye. You have a good day as well. My B block is my prep, so I'm just gonna do that. Excuse me. All right. Welcome back. I'm just going to wait for a C block to see if anybody joins. If not, I'm going to go over some concepts that we've been learning about scatter plots, and then moving on from there. I'm just going to give them 2 more minutes. I'll be back in about 2-3 minutes. All right. So this is for my C block. I'm just going to go ahead and give out some important information and maybe go over one practice problem with y'all. So hopefully you guys are having a good morning. Happy Thursday. You guys made it through or almost done with the second full week of online learning. So congrats to yourselves. Hopefully, what is it? You guys have been able to find a rhythm and are relatively getting used to this new lifestyle that we're living. I know there are some challenges. I definitely have a lot of struggle being a pretty extroverted, active person. Being cooped up at home has been a bit challenging, but I'm also very grateful that I have a home, that I have food, and that, I can still find ways to connect with y'all online. One quick update, we do know that our governor did say that from K through 12, our schools are closed until May 4th. So we have another month ahead of us, which is unfortunate. I definitely do miss being in school with all of you. Even though the days were long, as you might say, I definitely appreciated being able to interact with y'all, talk with y'all, and learn and teach with y'all. But nonetheless, we will do our best with what we got right now. My second update is that I will be posting Mini-qpa 1 tomorrow. As you guys might have remembered, we did start on that right before school closed, and it was supposed to be this bigger scatter plot project that I was super excited about. But that's okay. I'm going to make it in a way where it's just like my other packet so far. There's going to be one worksheet and a video with it. I'll do a quick refresher on what we've been learning. And Monday is when I'm going to be posting the Mini-qpa 2, which is everything we've been learning so far about trend, about correlation, and basic. Yeah, so keep those 2 things in mind. Ooh, says my connection's unstable. There we go. Yeah. Other things to keep in mind is, I think that's it. Yeah. Hopefully, if you guys have any questions, you guys know to message me. Shout out to those who already turned in their work so far. I know some of you guys are working on paper and haven't turned it on Google Classroom yet, but I also know that a lot of you have been using Google Classroom and turning things in. So, very great job on that end. I'm also figuring things out and how to format the document. So maybe moving forward, it will be a lot better. Trying to think what else I can say. I think that's it. Yeah, let me just do one quick problem with y'all. This might come out in reverse on your screen, but let's say we're looking at this graph, right? So it might look negative for you all, but the graph itself is a graph about the height and weight of children, and they collected all this data, right, on these students. So each dot is another person or a child that they collected data from. And this is a graph about the height and weight. So if I was to look at this, we're going to learn about the best fit line, but right now this graph has it already. There's a line that's cutting through the data points right now, right? You see that there. Now, we've learned what? So we learned about correlation and causation. So scatter plots are showing a relationship, a correlation between height and weight. So it's saying there's a relationship, but it doesn't mean that the height of a person causes the weight of a person, right? Just because you're super tall doesn't mean you're the heaviest. Just because you're super short doesn't mean you're the lightest person in the room. We know there's a lot of different other factors. But despite that, there is a relationship, right? Like if you are taller, typically you probably weigh more than someone who's, like if you're 6 feet, you're probably heavier than someone who's 5 feet, right? There's a relationship there. Not always the causation, but a relationship. Now, we learned about trend. If we're talking about trend, TREND, I wrote that backwards, or maybe it'll show up properly. Trend. We're talking about, is it a positive relationship, negative relationship, or no relationship, right? So in this case, the trend is going to be positive. I don't know if it looks negative, but it's supposed to be positive, right? If it's positive, it's going up from left to right. So it's saying there's a positive trend on the scatter plot. And then we're going to talk about strength, right? Is it strong or weak? If it's strong, it's like really close to forming a perfect line. All the data points are clustered together. They're like, if it was closer to this line, then it would be strong. If it's weak, if the points are all spread apart, so there's like more of a wider pattern. I would say this pattern is more moderate, more in the medium or the middle. Oh, I can't speak English. So I would say the strength is medium. So the relationship is saying that as children's height increases, as children grow taller, their weight also increases, right? So this is nice in the sense that our sample group is with children, and so that's kind of easier to see, like starting from being a baby to being 10 years old, right? Like how does that affect weight? I feel like that shows a better correlation than studying just adults, because adults come in different shapes and sizes, whereas children are a little bit more consistent, so to speak, right? So yeah, if I was to describe this relationship, I would basically say this scatter plot shows a positive trend between the height and weight of children. The strength of this correlation is moderate, and it shows me that as children grow taller, they'll probably weigh more. And this is great because then you can predict, right? If someone was this height, we can predict how much that person weighs. So we're gonna go into this in a little bit more about like what we can do with scatter plots, but keep that in mind. Hopefully that was just a lot of talking, but it's just a quick review of what we've been learning so far. And yeah, I'm gonna just be here for a few more minutes if you have any questions in case anybody else joins this group. But indeed. Thank you for listening. I do see another participant in my chat. Hello there. If you can say hello on the chat group, please say hello so I know who it is. Is that Angel? Hi. Oh my gosh. Did you just join? Did you get to see me explain that math problem at all? Or did you just jump on? Still there. Okay, you just jumped on. Okay. Quick updates. Schools are closed until May 4th. I'm gonna be posting Mini-qpa 1 and 2 Friday and Monday. Hopefully you've been well. How have you been? I feel like I haven't getting too excited. I'm glad. Were you in your other live sessions before this one? Hello? Also, Angel, like, do you have any questions about any of the work? I see you were with your B block teacher. Nice. Good job. So proud of you for coming and joining live sessions today. And it's okay if you don't have questions on the work. If you are getting started on it or anything, that's fine too. Yes, do what you can. Hopefully you've been taking care of yourself and resting and, doing your thing. Yes, let's go. You already know you've been working so hard before school closed and now you just got to keep it up. Are you a little nervous about the whole online learning though? Like using videos and stuff, or do you think that might be helpful to you? Okay, that's good. Yay. It might be nice to like be able to learn things on your own pace. Yeah. Do you feel like you like online learning better than going to school? Yeah, that's true. I think that's each place has its pros and cons. I definitely miss being in person and being able to talk to you all and like kind of help you guys learn in person. Though I do think the videos are helpful because that means you guys can like study on your own and do your work independently. But I do miss the structure and being able to talk to you all. Yeah. Mm, that's cool. Have you been able to did you just get started on the schoolwork or did you get to work on some last week? Oh, I guess one good thing about being doing work at home is that you can have your phone out and you don't have to be in uniform. Okay, good. Good job. I'm glad you're getting started on it. Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, if you have any questions, always email me, message me, and whatnot. Have you been in touch with your friends during this time? I'm like throwing so many questions at you. I'm sure you're like typing furiously away on the other side. Oh my gosh. That awkward moment where I don't even remember the question that I asked you just now. Can't remember. Okay. Bummer. Oh, my connection's unstable. Okay. That sucks. What is it? Hmm. Well, actually, I'm trying to get in touch with some students, but have been having a hard time. So I wonder if you can help me out there. It must be boring though, not being able to talk to your friends. Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, that'd be really helpful. Um, yeah, just to even just check that he's okay. I sent him an email and everything, and I was like, no response. Hopefully he's okay. But yeah. Mm, yeah. Um, what is it? Are you working on the computer for math work or? Okay, so you have the paper packet. Okay, okay. That's good. When you're done, uh, what is it? You can either take photos of it and then text it to me, or if you have the Google Classroom app, you can upload it that way. That might be helpful. Yeah, that way I can give you feedback on it. And if you need paper packets, I do believe we're mailing out some of them for next week as well. And so, would you need paper packets mailed to you? Okay. I'll keep that. I'll make note of that for you. Yeah. Get that work done. Have you been able to watch the videos? Did I already ask you that? I feel like I did. I think I already asked you that question, huh? Okay. Okay. That's good. You should be very proud of yourself for doing this work. I feel like with everything happening, it's really easy to get caught up in other things. So the fact that you're prioritizing passing is really important. So keep it up. Yeah, be good. Yeah, I think we have about what? I think 7 minutes before you have to move on to your D block. Do you have any other questions for me? See another participant in this live stream. If you are here, say hello so I can greet you. I wonder if I need to. Guessing there are any other questions. I wonder if there's anything else maybe we'll talk about. I wonder if they'll mail this out too. Make sure if you can. This is the third lesson. I don't think the first mailed out packet includes this one. Let me know if you don't get this by next week. It's about whether like the scatter plot is strong or weak. Do you get things through email, Angel? I wonder if emailing you might be helpful. That way you can still get it before it gets mailed to you. Because you can look at it on your phone, no? Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll email you lesson number 3 because I'm pretty sure that packet wasn't mailed out in the beginning of the week. And then you can work on that, and then I can take a note and have people mail you other things. If not, I can just keep emailing you. And you can like do work on a separate sheet of paper and then like take a photo of that and send it to me. Yeah. But have you been taking care of yourself, making sure you're eating well and being active? You're just not, sitting and being on your phone, or I don't know what you probably are doing. Can't assume. Maybe you're helping out around the house. But yeah, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Mm. We have 3 more minutes left. You can probably hop on over to your tea walk if you need to. I'm so glad you're able to stop by, Angel. Hopefully, you have a lovely Friday and weekend. Go outside for a little bit. It's so sunny today. Get some sunshine in. I feel like it's nice weather, especially since it weirdly snowed a couple days ago. It was so bizarre. What a strange time. You're gonna stay home? Yeah, that's true. I mean, you shouldn't go out too much. It's definitely not safe to go out and about these days. But yeah. Dun, dun. All right, then. See you next time. See you Tuesday. Message me earlier if you need any help on your packets, of course. I think your grandma has my number, so you should be able to contact me. It was. It really was. Be well, Angel. I'll see you next time. Okay, yeah. Hit me up. I am available. If you have any questions. pretty well. Indeed. All right. Because we're transitioning into D block now. Final block of the day, last live session. You too. Thanks, Angel. I'm going to just give a couple minutes for people. All right, just gonna wait 1 more minute or so before I begin D block and see if anyone joins us for this live session. I'll awkwardly stare into the camera as I wait. The sun feels so nice. All right. Oh, I see someone here. Welcome to D block, the last session for today. You guys have nearly completed the first full week of online learning. Woo! I did go over some of the logistics in A block and C block, so I will put my timestamps below so that you guys can check it out and not have to hear me repeat myself again. I will give a moment for this participant to say hello to see if they have any questions. Or is it just Angel? Angel, are you still here? I feel like that's still Angel. But yeah, if not, what is it? if any questions. I'm trying to think if I should go over some of the exit tickets for the lesson number 3, the one I posted yesterday. And I think I might do that. I might think that might be a good idea. Right. So I'm going to do that here. So I'm going to go over the exit ticket so you guys have a good idea of what I'm going to be asking about on the Mini-qpa. So if you don't have it already, you can pull this out with you so you guys can see what I'm looking at, because obviously on this computer everything's in reverse. So I'm gonna figure that out. I really want to try Google Hangouts, but it does not seem to be as popular as YouTube streaming so far, at least. But yeah, so I'm asking you to describe the scatter plot. So if you look at this graph, it's basically the independent variable. Can you see actually? The independent variable is, let's see if I could do this, is the hours spent studying, and the dependent variable is the exam score. And so basically we're looking at this graph. Right now it's in reverse, but basically if you were looking at it properly, it's going upwards, right? And we drew a line in the middle. We're going to learn about the best fit line soon enough. And that's going to help you kind of decide whether it's a strong or weak correlation. Is it positive, negative, or no correlation? So if you look at this one, you'll probably notice, that it is actually a positive trend, right? There's a positive relationship between hours spent studying and test scores. And we can see that the strength is, I would say, I could say it's strong, but let's just say moderate, because it's not super close to forming a line. It's a little bit more spread out. Like if the points were closer to the middle and it actually was looking like a straight line, you can see that it's a strong relationship. But I would say it's a moderate relationship. It's like a relatively okay relationship, right? And so that's basically how you describe a scatter plot. You would say this in this format. You would say, this scatter plot shows a positive trend between hours spent studying and the exam score. The strength of the correlation is moderate. This shows that the more you study, the higher your exam score will probably be. So you can probably guess. The cool thing about, once again, scatter plots is that we'll figure this out or talk more about this in our future lessons, is that you can get to predict stuff. So if you look at here, let's say you studied for 2 hours. You can kind of see based on this scatter plot that what score you might get. So if you study for 2 hours, it was most likely you're going to probably get somewhere around 60% on your test score. What I did is I looked at 2, went up to where the general center is, so where the line is, and that's around 60. So let's say the line wasn't there and you're like, oh, like I still can't really tell. Like that's why scatter plots is really about like making really good guesses, because scatter plots are just telling you like general relationships, right? It's just telling you general ideas that exist. And it's not so much about like it's going to be a specific thing. It's more about like, okay, I could make a very good guess based on my data. So if you were like studying for 8 hours, right, you can probably guess that you'll get like a 90%. So if you wanted to get like just a 70% on this graph, you will look at the 70 and you're like, okay, like around here, I probably need to study around 4 hours. So that's like an example of how we can use scatter plots to kind of make predictions or like make good guesses. And also like why it's so important to like know what the relationship is, because in many ways, if you know the general pattern, you're able to basically like, what is it? Make can't even properly speak right now. If you are able to make good guesses, if you have general ideas of what the pattern and whatnot is for scatter plots, it allows you to kind of just make like have a better knowledge between those two things. And that's the cool thing about with real life, is that so many times there are things that are related to each other, but we can't do experiments or we can't make things happen. Oh, hello, Selene. Hello, hello, hello. I was in mid-sentence. I was just explaining the exit ticket on lesson number 3. How are you? Yeah. So once again, right? That's why we do scatter plots. We're able to like make general understandings and see the relationship between studying and exams, and that allows us to make arguments. Yay, I'm glad you're doing well. I'm glad. Yeah. What is it? You missed some of the updates. Yeah. Good job. I know it's kind of confusing, isn't it? I'm really glad you were able to figure this out though. Is this your first live session? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. It's been a bit challenging trying to figure out how to make YouTube videos and do live streaming and everything like that. But other than that, I've been well, eating well, and I'm really grateful like for now because I feel like there are a lot of families out there that are struggling a lot more than I am, so I don't have much to complain about. Yeah. Do you have any questions? I'm glad you're doing well. Have you been able to do any of the schoolwork? Do you have any questions for me? I saw that you got onto Google Classroom. Like, do you have a computer? Like, I'm so curious. Let me know. I see. Okay. Well, welcome. Since you just got on, I can actually explain what is it. Are you using your phone right now? Yeah, that's one of the things we were saying. Like, that's why like YouTube might be nice. Like, especially if you like people don't have computers, you can like access it on your phone. Yeah. But I have 2 updates. So one, schools are closed until May 4th. The governor just mentioned that yesterday. And then the second thing is that I am posting my Mini-qpa tomorrow and Monday. So you want to be able to catch up and watch the videos and work on those packets. That way I can input some grades for y'all and show the work that you've been doing. Yeah, no, I know. I know, right? It's like another month of well, I don't know if your ono really is towards the Mini-qpa or being close to May 4th. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Yeah, no. I was really hoping that schools would open up again by the first week of April, but I think honestly that was unrealistic. Like other countries that had coronavirus, it's been going on for like months, and America hasn't really been being really strict about how to address it. So it makes sense that we have to schools closed for another month. But yeah, make sure you are being safe. Hopefully it's not too stressful for you right now. Have you just been home these past few days? I wonder if you heard me. Yes, indeed, it could be boring. Yeah, I'm also hoping that everything gets better. And I'm glad, yeah, stay clean and take care of yourself. Yes, that's so important. Yeah. It might be nice you get to sleep in a little bit, hopefully, and do schoolwork in your own time. I know that that was a bit of a struggle when school was happening. Yeah. Mm, will you be able to do work on Google Classroom, Selene? Or do you just have only your phone? Okay. Yeah. I'm glad you can relax at home. Um, and then just using your phone. Yeah, I'm glad. No, that's like the cool thing too. And it's actually interesting. Do you use Google Docs on your phone too? That's pretty cool if you can do that. That's so nice. But yeah, I think technically this session ends at 11:20, so I don't want to keep you longer than I need to. Um, but yeah, it's really good hearing from you. And of course, if you have any questions on the math work, I'm always available. Hopefully, your other classwork is also not too bad. There should be someone who's in touch with you to kind of help you with any of the questions or whatnot as well. But oh, that's cool. That's amazing technology these days. So you're just in your element then, huh, Selene? You're just like tapping away, doing your work. That's awesome. Yeah, one thing I'm really glad about is like our scatter plot unit right now is a lot more writing than like math per se. So it's actually like perfect because like a lot of calculations, it'd be really hard to like turn in stuff and whatnot. But now that it's just a lot of like explaining things, I feel like using Google Docs is super easy. Yeah, it is nice. It's nice to hear from you indeed. I do miss seeing you all at school. So I'm sad that we have another month before we get to see each other. Yeah. But yeah, a little. That's all I asked for. That's a lot more than I would expect. So yeah. That's cool. But yeah, since you like working with your phone, I have my phone number on Google Classroom, so message me if you have any questions, um, and whatnot. But yeah, it seems like you're kind of on top of it. So good for you. You should be proud of yourself. I'm so glad that you're trying to like join the live sessions and get started and continue doing your work. It will be helpful, definitely. I know there's a lot of change happening, but you want to make sure you keep moving forward so you don't fall behind. Yes, for effect. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. Well, I'm going to just wrap things up then. I post instructional videos Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, live sessions at Tuesdays and Thursdays. For D-Block, you can always catch me at 11 a.m. And that's about it. Keep your eyes posted on Google Classroom. There's a Google Classroom app if you haven't downloaded it already. That's like super helpful. So I'm sure you probably already have it. But other than that, thanks for joining, Sulaini. I hope you have a great day. All right, bye. You take care as well. Fare thee well.